We never think betrayal will come from the places we once found comfort. My name is Rachel, and this story isn't just about infidelity. It's about loneliness, vulnerability, and how one night with someone I thought I barely knew changed everything. I never planned to fall into such a complicated web of emotions. But sometimes, pain has a way of finding connection in the most unexpected places. And this began with a single conversation. A night that started with tears and ended in a way I never saw coming. This is not a story of lust. It's a story of emotions unraveling, guilt, betrayal, connection, and the complex way human hearts break and heal. I was 37 when my divorce from James was finalized. 12 years of marriage undone in court in just under 30 minutes. The final signature barely left ink on the paper before I felt the weight of 12 years pressed down on me. James and I weren't angry. Not anymore. Anger was something we'd run out of long ago. It was replaced with numbness, long silences, and sleeping with our backs turned to each other. We weren't fighting to stay together. We weren't fighting to split. We simply stopped caring. We had a daughter, Mia. 10 years old. Her smile was the only thing that gave me purpose some days. She stayed with me most of the time and visited James every other weekend. After the divorce, there was a strange quiet in the house. Not peaceful, just silent. The kind of silence that reminded you you're alone. I didn't want another man. I didn't want dating apps or flirtation. I just wanted to be seen again. To feel something again. Mark had always been around. James' best friend since college. He was at our wedding, godfather to Mia, the guy who always made people laugh at gatherings. We never shared much beyond a polite hello or a drink refill. He was James' friend, not mine. At least that's how I saw it. But after the divorce he reached out. "Hey, just checking in on you and Mia," he texted. At first I thought it was just being polite. But then the messages came more often. Then calls. Then he dropped by once with Mia's forgotten jacket. Then again with cupcakes just because. We began having coffee together. Once a week turned into twice. He never pressured. He never even flirted. He just listened. Really listened. And I realized how long it had been since anyone did. It was raining heavily that Friday evening. Mia was at a sleepover. The thunder was too loud and the lights flickered once or twice. I didn't feel like being alone. I texted Mark. "Stormy night. Want to come over for dinner?" He arrived 30 minutes later with wine, takeout, and a smile that made the living room feel warmer. We ate on the floor with candles and music playing softly. Talked about movies, about Mia, about life. Then, things got deeper. He told me about his past heartbreak, how he almost married once. How he always envied the kind of mother I was to Mia. How he used to wonder why James never really cherished me. I didn't expect to cry. But I did. He didn't comfort me with words. Just sat close, letting me be small for a while. "You deserved better, Rachel," he said quietly. "You still do." Then came the silence. That dangerous silence. He looked at me like I was someone he'd been afraid to see for a long time. His eyes were searching, asking for permission, asking if this moment was real. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "This is wrong." "But it doesn't feel wrong," I replied, voice trembling. He reached out. Just held my hand. It should have stopped there. But it didn't. One kiss turned into another. Gentle, hesitant, but full of all the emotion we'd kept bottled for too long. We didn't rush to the bedroom. We sat there for a long time just holding each other. I needed to be held. Maybe he did too. I woke up before him. My head hurt, not from wine but from the weight of what had happened. I watched him sleep for a while. Peacefully. Like someone who finally let go of a burden. He woke soon after, eyes full of regret and softness all at once. "I don't know what last night means," he said. "But it wasn't meaningless." "No," I agreed. "It wasn't." We talked. We didn't make promises. But we didn't pretend it didn't happen either. Still, the guilt hovered, especially when Mia came home that evening, asking why Uncle Mark's car was outside. I wasn't planning to tell James. It wasn't his business. But Mark insisted. "He deserves to hear it from me," he said. "Not from someone else." They met at a bar. What happened in that conversation I don't fully know. But Mark told me that James didn't yell. Didn't punch him. Just stared for a long time and said, "I hope you're sure about this." Later that night James texted me. "So this is where the line finally broke. Good luck, Rachel." And that was it. Years of marriage. A friendship of 2 decades. All gone with one night of honesty. Mark and I tried. We tried to date quietly. We tried to make it work. But the stares at family functions. The questions from mutual friends. The disapproval from James' side of the family. It was exhausting. And Mia. Sweet, observant Mia. "Are you and Uncle Mark boyfriend-girlfriend now?" she asked one night. I choked on my coffee. "Why would you ask that?" He shrugged. "You smile at him the way you used to smile at Daddy." I didn't answer. Because she was right. Came slowly. The unraveling. Mark started pulling away. Fewer visits. More late nights at work. "Is this too much?" I asked him one night. He looked tired. "I feel like I'm always defending us. To everyone. Even to myself." We didn't fight. We didn't scream. He just stopped coming by. Then came the text. "I've accepted a job in Seattle. I leave next week. I'm sorry." He didn't even say goodbye in person. Grief is strange. Comes in waves. I grieved the end of my marriage. Then I grieved Mark. But the worst part wasn't the heartbreak. It was the silence. The absence. I busied myself with Mia, with work, with anything that could fill the gap. But at night I'd lie awake replaying everything. Was it love? Was it just loneliness? Or were we both just 2 lost people who collided at the wrong time? I may never know. Months passed. The whispers faded. James moved on, he's dating someone now. Gager, I heard. Mia's growing fast. He still asks about Mark sometimes. I just tell her he's doing well. As for me, okay. I've learned that not every story needs a happy ending. Some just need to be told. Because they matter. Because they shaped us. And this one, this messy, beautiful, heartbreaking story, made me stronger. If you've made it this far, thank you. This story wasn't about right or wrong. It was about being human. If you've ever found comfort in someone unexpected, if you've ever broken a rule just to feel alive again, if you've ever loved someone you shouldn't have, you're not alone. We all have chapters we don't read out loud. This was one of mine. If this story touched you, let me know in the comments. Subscribe for more real, raw, and honest stories from the heart. Until next time, take care of your heart.